Hey guys, we are Everyday Nerds, and I'm Globaloutcast, and this is...
I'm the unholy Lycan.
Shogun, you there?
I'm cilantro.
What the hell?
I'm strangely turned on.
Hell yeah.
We are Everyday Nerds. We're just three idiots who enjoy anything nerdy. Like I said, I am Global Outcast. That is... Whoever's next gets to go next.
Him.
I'm the unholy Lycan.
And I'm cilantro. No, I'm the anime shogun.
Those are the other two idiots.
Oh, you
Hey.
want to talk?
You're one to fucking talk.
I said the other two idiots. In the beginning, I did say we're three idiots who enjoy anything nerdy.
Yeah. You're still a fucking idiot. Fuck you.
What's your fucking language?
Tell me what to do.
Ladies, you're both pretty. Shut up.
Fuck you.
I'm not flattered.
Yeah, well, okay.
Alright, let's get back on track, everyone, okay?
Don't tell me what to do, Mom.
I will. I am not your mother, okay? Outcast over there is your fucking mother.
All right, so first order of business.
Oh, you guys are actually done talking. Okay. I thought that entire thing was just going to be the fucking podcast for like 45 minutes.
Not a bad idea.
But
Anyways.
today's... Lycan, shut up. I was about to say Shogun.
You fucking want these hands? Because these hands are rated E for everyone.
Fucking bring it.
Oh, yeah, let's
down, ladies.
topic, damn it.
Today's podcast is, since we decided to do a Halloween themed episode, so today's podcast is about horror video games. Since Halloween and scary. Oh my god!
Like, oh my god, the killer's coming after me. Should I go behind those chains or take the car that's already started?
God, that was such a stupid commercial.
And this is why white people always die first.
Pretty fucking much. White people on horror anything don't get along well because they're all fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You put a redneck in a horror movie or video game's like 10 minutes tops. They ain't dealing with shit. You put a person of color in a horror movie or video game, they ain't dealing with shit either. They're out.
It's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Run, bitch, run.
Pretty much.
All right, so who's got the first game?
Who's actually gonna say have you guys talk? I was gonna say what have you guys do your the first video game you guys want to do and good memory you have of that video game.
I'm gonna let Lycan go first.
Well, so if it's like the very first video game and favorite memory for it, it'd be, for me, Evil Within 2.
Okay.
And, well, for people who have not played it or anything, it's basically, it's a continuing of the first one, where your main character is a father who lost his daughter and family in a fire set by this secret organization, Morbius. And then you get sent into a virtual reality after finding out your daughter's alive, but is trapped in this world. So my favorite moment and part of it is the fact every little move counts. What I mean, if you can't be too loud, can't just go guns blazing, you got to either choose stealth or basically you shoot, you run, you shoot, you run. It's just, there's no in between. And I would actually recommend people checking it out. It's a really fun game. But if you want my opinion, play the first one, The Evil Within, before you play the second one. Otherwise, you're going to be completely lost.
I'm lost already.
I'm just lost. I just got lost getting here.
Oh my god, you guys are idiots.
Yep.
Why do I hang out with you two?
Because you
don't.
were the only two idiots that'll actually talk to you.
Fair
Ooh,
enough.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
Hey, Master
Cilantro.
Roshi.
All right. So, first game that I would probably recommend is, I mean, there's the other ones too, but I don't know. For me, the fourth one was pretty good. Like it's for me, it's Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I don't know if they're really classified as scary games, but they do have their jump scare moments. Like, I'm sorry, the thing that scared me with 4 was the chainsaw guy. Like him relentlessly chasing me down, and if he somehow got a hold of me and just cut my head off with the chainsaw, it scared me.
Yeah. It scared you.
It scarred me. I was scarred.
At this
But
point,
other than that, it was a good game. But at the same time, it's hard to say because that part scared me. But the fact that like Ashley was useless, I'll say it. She was useless, and how they how they went about it. Like I'm trying to think, how do I want to word it correctly? Like the main villain, like the child becoming like a plant zombie was just weird.
I think.
It was
Go ahead.
gross. Ugh. Other than the
Um,
main bad guy, yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead.
my my whole thing about that. After I said my piece, global, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Is the reason I think they went with that is they were trying something different
I
because that's what
know.
I noticed
I know the
with
creator.
some of the games.
I know the creator of the franchise. He wanted to go more of a like mythical stuff, from what I heard. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. It's just what I heard. That he wanted to go lend away a little bit of the zombie thing because it was kind of getting out of hand, and go in a different direction with it.
I mean, that
Right.
makes sense. All right, global. What about you?
My first game I'm talking about today would have to be Dead Space 1. And one thing I
Okay.
love about
So
that
messed up.
And one thing I love about that one is there are a lot like if you go in new areas, and you've never played that game, every room is fucking nuts. Because you'll go in there and you don't know which body's dead, which body is just laying there, and once you get close enough, ha ha! Surprise, motherfucker! And it was really fun trying to guess. Um, couldn't trust the vents at all. Couldn't trust the dead bodies, and it's just one of those things where everyone was.
You couldn't trust anything in that game.
No, you really couldn't. That's what I liked about it. You could not trust a single thing in that game, and
I
got me hooked on that game.
I
Well,
want
and
to
the
say
fact that
this.
it's so sorry, it's so weird that like, especially when you have to stab that like needle in your eye,
That
and
was
if
in
you
the
mess up, you just
yeah, the getting better health or some shit like that.
yeah.
Hell
Let's how do you
no.
get better health here? Stick a needle in your eye. But if you're off by like 1 millimeter of like whatever, your whole eye's gone. Like goodbye.
You two are gonna think I'm freaking weird, but I have never played any of the Dead Space games.
There's only one I think out there right now.
There's three of them.
Oh, is there? Oh yeah, there is 3.
Yeah, there's three of
So
them. Became really
I have
popular. There's three of them. There's a couple movies, a couple comics, a couple
I know. Well,
stories.
movies wise, are you talking? There's not an actual movie. There's an animated movie though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's two animated movies.
Yeah, yeah. Because wasn't like one of them based off of what are the actual games?
No, that one I think took
Or it
place.
followed close.
It followed close, but it was like a different ship.
I should
And it
watch
was,
those.
and the second one was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool. It's been a while since I've seen the second. Since I've seen the second one, but the first one it takes place, and you're with like a group of people trying to get to escape a ship. They all die one by one by one, and The second one, they a bunch of people got out, but they were all marker touched, and they're all going nuts and insane.
Marker touched.
Yeah, that is where they have a marker that kind of infects them, infects the people, makes them go nuts. That's why some people you will see, like someone skinning themselves, writing something on the walls with their own blood, bashing their head into stuff, and repeating the same thing over and over and over again. They're marker touched.
Oh.
And they were all marker touched in some way. Like there was this one guy who was marker touched, and he saw his daughter, and he ended up dying by, if I remember correctly, he vacuumed himself outside, thinking he was going to save his daughter out in space, and he died that way after he was rescued. And it's something it's like a really fucked up thing. I thought it was really cool. They did in the first movie that Shogun talks about. They did do a nod to Isaac though, because the main character was a female, but they did do a nod to Isaac. Not much I do.
I could have sworn one of them it was Isaac, and
No,
I think the one I'm referring to, it almost looks like a spire, or almost like a DNA kind of sequence, like spiral thing. I know that's like the cover of one of the two movies.
yeah, I think that one would be the second one.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll watch them at some point again.
It's been forever.
Because
since I've
why
seen them.
not?
It's been forever since I've
Yeah.
seen them. Also, fuck those necro babies, necro children, whatever the hell you want to call those things. Those things are nasty. They come in packs, and they do not let up. They pop out of everywhere.
Ma'am, watch your language.
Okay. Thanks, Daddy.
God, I hate you.
Can we keep this in private, please? Jesus Christ, we're gonna
We
scare
are in
people off.
private. What are you talking about?
I meant away from everyone who's listening.
Oh, please. They're not. You think they're innocent. They're not. They're probably scare-roused or something.
Oh
Alright.
my God, not that term. Jesus Christ.
All right. We're getting out of hand here. Next thing's next. I love that. I got that one from fucking Futurama. So Futurama's a godsend. The
Okay.
kind of breakfast I like. I'm scare-roused.
Really? Because I got that from, what was it? Simpsons?
I got that from Futurama. When that big
Oh, no,
animal-
it's I'm in danger.
Yep. I'm in danger. Yep, that one was Simpsons and Ralph.
Yep.
All right. Next.
So, next game.
Next game, who wants to go first?
Shogun, why don't you take this time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take it.
Yeah, you will.
For me, I'd actually have to say Resident Evil 5.
Also a good game.
It was.
It was.
I really did. Like, again, that game wasn't so much like a scary, but there were some scenes that were tremendous jump scares for me. I don't remember exactly which part because I'd have to replay the game. I think it might have been like, well, there was like a creature in the water that kind of jumps out at you.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's one in the fourth game. I know in Resident Evil 4 there is one. In Resident Evil 5, I think it was something like that, or it was something. No, in 5 it was the guy with the butcher.
Oh.
The butcher breaking through the wall with the big like hatchet or the big axe.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy creeped me out.
Oh.
That and the fact that like when their heads would split, they just. Ugh.
Yeah, I can see why that creeps you out. Lycan creeps me
Yeah.
out all the time.
We're talking about video games, asshole. All right.
Shots fired.
Anything else you want to add before Global goes?
Motherfucker, I'm the motherfucker. You go next.
I went first. You go next, jackass. I'll go last.
Actually,
deal with it.
remember that's not how we did it. Remember, whoever asked the questions went last. So you're going next, Lycan, you some bitch.
Trying
Dang
to
it,
go
bitch.
last. Trying to
Well,
like
maybe I want to be last, okay?
You're
You know,
not
that's
important
always
enough
finish
to go
last.
last.
Opinion does not matter. But yeah, I think so. For me, the fifth game was they're both really good games. The Resident Evils are just they have their fair share of jump scares. It was pretty good. I would recommend them, especially like if you get up to 6. 6 was a really good one too. There's a lot
Well,
more creepy moments I think in 6 than there were in 4 and 5.
Yeah,
well,
there's a
now,
lot of puzzles in those in the Resident Evil games too, which I was liked.
Yeah, yeah.
um, well, the only thing is like 6 is when it stopped basically being zombies.
No, 6 was still zombies.
I'm talking about after 6.
Yeah, it was like well, 7 was zombies, but 7 was like
More
jump
of a,
scare more, and it was more like this mold was infecting everybody in this it started getting more supernaturally and just weird.
yeah.
We all gonna die.
All
Uh,
right, one of you two go. I'm sick of hearing you two bitch.
fucking whatever. Uh, I think my second one would be Alien Isolation.
I've never played that one actually.
The well, not only is it just like kind of in the same kind of setting as Dead Space, where you're this woman who's trying to find your mother who's been gone for 15 years. Finally get a lead on the ship that she was working on.
Oh, you're talking about Ripley's
So
daughter.
I think it was. It's been a while since I played it, but
I remember hearing
basically
that was a
when you go,
character. Sorry.
that's fine. When you get there, basically you'll notice like the power's off, everything's destroyed. So then you start finding humans who are, what's the word I'm looking for? Who are looters, I would say, or people who have gone insane for being stuck there so long. Then after you find the first one, he basically gets killed by the xenomorph, which fucking just scared me shitless. Because you're just basically traversing with him, and next thing you know, he gets a fucking spiked tail through the chest and then pulled up, blood dripping down. It's like, fucking hell. I don't need the commentary, asshole. But
Just
not
wanted to
only
be included.
I didn't even hear what he was talking about. I was just hearing Lycan talk, and all of a sudden I don't need a commentary. I'm like, what the hell did he say? I want to know.
I said basically what happened was as soon as he said that the spiked tail went through the dude's chest and blood dripping everywhere, I was like, that's hot.
But the I got a question for Global and Shogun about this quick. Facehuggers, were they in Dead Space?
No,
No,
They weren't?
no.
Okay.
no.
How they
Well-
transformed was this flying creature that would kind of stick you in the head, and it would transform you.
Well, in Alien Isolation, there's these facehuggers that pretty much
Oh, I know
they get on your
facehuggers.
face.
I know. I know facehuggers. I know facehuggers. Fuck those things.
Well, fucking first time I I was going through it and it got in my face like fucking. I threw my controller. That's how it scared me so bad. But
Bastards
the
didn't
other
even try
good
to call
part-
back after the first date. What the hell?
the good part about it is it's not like your typical horror game. The alien, the xenomorph, basically learns from your actions. So that means it gets more deadly if you keep dodging or you're hiding in vents all the time from it. So
Yeah, they're apex
it's
predators.
just. So it basically learns. So it's like, okay, you got to be spontaneous in the fucking moment in order to beat it.
Haha.
But last thing I'm going to say is you're not just facing facehuggers and xenomorphs, you are facing synthetics, security operatives, other human survivors, as well as the alien. So it's
Why does
just
it
like,
make me think of like AVP?
I would,
Anybody ever play that game, like the AVP game?
I have not.
I
I
have
didn't even
not.
realize. I didn't even realize they made a game out of that one.
I
Yeah,
knew it
it's sorry, it's there's the story of Alien, the story of Predator, and the story of like the Colonial Marine.
Yeah. But
Oh wait, I
that's
think I have.
just pretty much you are not safe no matter what you do unless you can basically either avoid or kill them silent.
Yeah.
You do that, you're good. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that is
Me
my piece.
silently.
Yes. Okay. All right, Global.
The second game I'm going to talk about today would have to be Aliens Colonial Marines. That game, you play. It kind of takes place after the second movie. You play as a Marine who found a ship, or near a ship near a planet, if I'm correct, and you and your team go aboard, and kind of gets fucked up. You and a couple of other characters ended up getting separated. And you get you get weapons. You can customize your weapons. You get like special weapons like the smart gun, which is a fun weapon. I love the smart gun. And you traverse through the ship. You fight off xenomorphs, and they pop out of vents. Fuck those things. They have different kinds of xenomorphs, like the Rhino xenomorph, the Explodey xenomorph, and everything like that. Yes, they have xenomorphs that fucking explode in that one. It was all like, hey, what's that noise? Then it fucking exploded. If anyone has played that game and gets that reference, I love you. They actually made that I was actually in the game. First time I played that was with my little brother, and we actually had to pause it because we were dying laughing when we heard that. We just could not play the game. We had to pause it.
Why does that not surprise me?
It's just it's a thing him thing to say, and they said it in the game. It was all like, hey, what's that noise? Then it exploded. Sorry,
Okay,
go on.
I have to say this. I think one of the best thing is when a game, like a horror game, can actually add comedy, but also the jump scares and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the best kind of game, like horror games out there.
Yeah, and you had to deal with facehuggers, and they tried to give tongue on the first date. I give no tongue on the first date. Bastards didn't even try to call me back for a second one.
God. Oh.
But yeah, it was actually a pretty fun game. You deal with death of characters. One character, they didn't realize it, but they had a xenomorph in their body after a facehugger, and it did a chest, it bursted out of their chest, and then the thing went like a normal xenomorph thing does, and then the dude who was, I think, dating that other character, shot that little xenomorph chest burster thingy and said, all right, now we're going to kill them all. And there's even a surprise guest of a character who you thought died in the second movie, but is apparently alive in that game. So, yeah, for those who want to play it, check it out. And I'm actually a fan of the Xenomorph franchise. It's a really fun game.
Okay, I have to say this. When you basically brought up he pops out the chest, it made me think of Spaceballs. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime
Hello, my
gal.
honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Check!
And it was like, oh, I had to stop myself from laughing and interrupting.
Fun fact: the same guy the guy who burst out of his chest in the Spaceballs, same guy who got burst out of his chest in the first Alien movie.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool.
Oh.
Not again.
Here's something that I can add for our little holo. Can we stop and talk about just how, as much as it's not in here, this is a little special I'm doing, but can we talk about how creepy these fucking feral talons are in the new Gotham Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
Gotham
English,
Arkham
do you
Knights.
speak it?
No, I don't. I'm
Gotham
Cilantro. I don't
Knights.
speak them.
Yep, those talons are nasty. They're zombie.
The feral ones. Ugh.
They're zombie. They're pretty much zombie assassins.
You know what it reminds me of? The zombie creatures from Uncharted. God, those things give me nightmares.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yep. Those things were
Like
nasty.
that should have been what I talked about was that for a Halloween special of those zombies from the actual first Uncharted game
I
when you
remember
go to
playing
fight
that.
Eddie.
I remember playing that one and seeing and getting myself chased out by what the hell are those things?
Yeah, in the hallway, with those things chasing you, and then when you get up on the ledge and you're basically got to have you got to go fisticuffs with Eddie,
Yep.
Oh god.
and they just come out and they just rip like Eddie apart, and they turn around and they bring they drag Eddie down. Just no, those things give me nightmares.
You're
like I s-
giving me nightmares just talking about it.
I like how you said fisticuffs. Like whenever you say fisticuffs, I was thinking like 1800s. Good day, sir. Doing the doing the stereotypical fisty moves. Like I shall give you a good pounding today, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Today shall be an awesome bout.
Alright.
Don't hate me, hate the game. The game of 50 cups.
That's all,
I said
folks.
that. I said
Okay.
that.
Look at that porky pig.
Alright. That's all, bitches.
I know Global was taking in charge, but I have a question. Your guys' least favorite horror game?
It's not really.
Well, okay, let me.
It's not. It's not really for me. It's not really a game. It's more of a way of. It's more of like the kind of horror games where all you really do is run away from the game or run away. I like to fight back.
So if that's the case, then what I would
no.
hate is Friday the 13th.
Well, I was trying to kind of add a little bit more to it, but Global
Fuck your
kept going.
explanation.
When I meant least favorite game, it's one that you played and it did not scare you or give you nightmares at all.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Is it just because you're just running away?
That it felt boring. It didn't quite it's a horror game. It's there, but it wasn't quite. It didn't give me that jump scare. It didn't give me that thrill. I get more I get scared more when I'm trying to fight back. Essentially, like in Dead by Daylight. Or no, I should say in Dead by Daylight you only run. You don't actually fight back. Where Friday the 13th you actually can fight back.
Yeah.
But that's I think that's where I'm getting it kind of mixed up because Dead by Daylight I actually do enjoy it. Like if I'm sitting here and all you hear I think in one part I played this with a buddy of mine and I'm hiding in a locker after just outrunning the killer and with certain killers you hear their theme music. Like with Michael you'll hear the actual theme of Halloween.
Yeah.
And Ghostface has a theme. And so I'll think they're farther away from me. And I won't be paying attention. And next thing I know, they just turn around and open the door. And I'm like, oh my God, no, don't do this, no. I think that's probably why I don't like Friday the 13th. It's just because to me, it's yeah, I like it because you could fight back in that perspective, but at the same time, I don't because I like the whole idea of trying to outrun and getting scared because you think he's right behind you, but he's not. Then as soon as you let your guard down, bam, he's right there, and it's like shit. I'll be working on a generator, and I won't even realize Freddy, one of Freddy's abilities, he can kind of pop up through the generators. And I'll be working on it, and I'll be so close. And I'm like, God, please don't show that I'm here, please. And his ability is he could see. He could teleport to whatever generator is being worked on. So I'm like, God, no. And there'll be two other people working on a generator. I'll be like, no. He pops up, and I just fucking scream. I'm like, no.
I just picture you just going off. I just picture you going off having going.
I've done that once while playing Dead by Daylight. J Guy has done it one or two times. I've heard him do it one or two times. This G guy that we used to play with, that's not his actual name, but I'm sure my fellow guys here know who G guy is.
Yep.
Sounds familiar. I'm drawing a blank.
He would be he would scream like more girly than I would.
I know, because me and Shogun have played it a couple times, and Jesus Christ, just
Which game?
Dead by Daylight.
I've never. If I did play, it was back on PlayStation.
It was
On PC.
PS3.
I was gonna say because I've never played with anybody besides J Guy and G Guy on PC.
I have
They
played
play
it on
on
PlayStation.
Xbox.
I have played it on PlayStation, and Dead by Daylight, I will admit, is one of those games where you're sitting there going, fuck, 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 fuck. And then right when you get out that door, shit, 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 shit.
But
Run, bitch, run!
well, I think pretty much what happened is Shogun was on one generator, I was on another, and it was just dead silence. I'm looking around, next to know he popped the killer. I think it was one of the original killers. I think
Probably the Trapper or somebody.
The OG.
But he basically showed up behind me, and all Shogun hears is like, shit. It's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, he hooked me, and I'm fucking dead. I pissed my pants. Scared the living shit out of me.
You know what's my favorite thing to do in Dead by Daylight when it comes to that shit?
What's that?
Have the killer follow me just to run next to a group of people just to disappear.
Sacrifice them all. Alright, for me, okay, this is gonna be kind of an interesting one, but BioShock.
That's not really a horror game, but
That
yeah,
that definitely had a jump scare feel to it.
that definitely had some jump scares to him, yes.
I heard there is a creepy Easter egg, and I think it's the third game.
But it's just, I couldn't, it didn't scare me. It felt like a story-based game, just basically going no horror, nothing. That's why I think that's my least favorite horror game.
Yeah.
So, it's just, when you're going through like those tunnels and everything, and water's on you, you're more focused on the water.
I'm sorry, when you see a little sis and you're like, hey, look at that, I'm gonna heal you. Then you see a Big Daddy look at you going, you look pretty. And then charge after your fat ass, and you're sitting there going, oh, shit!
No, most of the time when the little sister was showing up, I basically tried to just shoot her in the head. I didn't care about the Big Daddy, I just wanted to shoot her.
Child killer.
Only in some games, okay?
He's the one with children.
Alright? They kept hiding in those freaking holes. And then when they came out, it's like, you little son of a bitch, I'm like, fuck it, you know what, I'll kill you. And then here comes another Big Daddy, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, Big Daddy, oh, shit.
I think in the third one, I heard that there was this, God, what was it? It was, what's the word I'm looking for? You look at this like computer terminal, and you like look at it for a long enough time that eventually this mannequin pops up behind you.
Huh.
It's supposed to be like a little creeper Easter egg in like the third game.
Cool.
When you say mannequins, I'm sorry, I may be the only one, but mannequins are fucking scary as hell.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Wow. Okay. But no, it's just like in a lot of games when it's like just a mannequin horror and you never know what the fuck they're hiding behind them. And I always get scared when they freaking like you turn back around to go forward and just a quick glance behind you and they're right behind you. It's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Can we
It's
take
like
a
fucking quick.
can we
What's
take a
up?
can we take a moment to appreciate that when the latest Resident Evil game came out and everyone saw that big vampire lady, everyone just went nuts over her and just went, "I want that
Lady
booty."
Dimitrescu.
Yeah,
That's who
her.
you're thinking of. Lady Dimitrescu.
I saw a video of this dude running around her and slapping her ass with a fucking fly swatter.
Yep. Yep. I've seen that video. Did you hear that? I think it was Capcom. I think it was Capcom that sat there and said it, that they were actually going to make a 9-foot body pillow of her for the
Oh my
people that
god.
were like going crazy about it.
Oh my god.
Everyone was all like, "Sit on me, mommy," and I'm sitting there like, "The fuck is wrong?" Ooh, that's a. In the words of Deuce Bigelow, that's a huge bitch.
Yeah, it was definitely something with her. But like I said, that game, I know we're doing a Holloway special, but the one thing I do want to recommend, and I do want to sit there and say, because I know a lot of other fans of the Resident Evils will agree with me on this. The fact that Resident Evil Village is not a Resident Evil game. I'm sorry, I'm saying it, but it it's gone so weird. It's more supernatural now. I mean, Lady Dimitrescu is basically a vampire zombie because she turned into a zombie because of the virus, which was made from a disease. Or I didn't play 8 all the way through. I've seen the walkthrough and I've seen the gameplay,
Mm-hmm.
but Lady Dimitrescu is a vampire creature because once you go to kill her, she turns into a big like flying creature. Her
Yeah.
daughters are essentially vampires. The one guy who wants to actually help you turns out to be like a metal werewolf. There's another doll maker that's like some gremlin looking thing.
God, she was
I'm
creepy.
sorry,
I
it's
saw.
not
Yeah, I saw a playthrough. God, that woman was creepy.
it's not a zombie game.
No.
It's
I
more
get
like they want to just continue with the virus and these virus mutated people. Feels more mutants and supernatural. And I'm sorry, but that's where I have to draw the line because you can't say Resident Evil and be like, here's the virus, but we're going to turn these people into werewolves and vampires and some gremlin looking creature.
um see, honestly, I think the reason they started going away from like the whole zombie kind of thing is because if you look at a lot of the games and everything out there, pretty much a lot of them are zombies. So it's just like to kind of battle that competition, they had to kind of sway away from the zombies and go their own route to kind of stay unique. So
I
that's
will
my
admit
whole thing about it.
I will admit there are a lot more like zombie-esque games out there nowadays, and you kind of have to be
Right, but
unique
even
on the zombie-esque games. Resident Evil was ahead of its time, even the first one was ahead of its
right,
time with
but
the zombies.
even still, then you can't sit there and say that it's a zombie game.
I don't think it
Yeah.
says it's a zombie game. I think it's more of a. I think that, like I said before, even the like guy who created it wanted to go more of a supernatural look.
And that's where it's not, to me, it's not a Resident Evil game
Yeah, because whenever you hear Resident Evil, you think of zombies right away.
because
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yep. That's what they built the entire pretty much franchise on.
yeah.
That basically was the franchise. It was, these are zombies.
And if you check out that new Resident Evil TV show on Netflix,
The animated one?
no, the live action. There's a new live action.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I started watching it, but I completely didn't. I completely forgot about it.
Well, because I know a
I
lot of
need
people were.
to.
I know a lot of people were kind of butthurt over a black Wesker.
Yeah, well, yeah, essentially there was that. There was basically like a caterpillar turned into a giant zombie, like almost like the death worms from like Ark, or like the Dune worms, or whatever you call them from like Star Wars.
Okay.
There
Um,
was that in like the very first episode.
Huh.
okay,
I haven't checked
interesting.
it out, so.
Neither have I. This is actually the first time I've heard about this. I'll have to.
I've heard, yeah.
But since we're getting close, Global, why don't you tell us your least favorite horror game,
If we're talking
and
about
then we'll go.
horror game, I have
Yeah,
to
like
think on that one for a quick second because if it's horror game, I would probably have to say, like, I liked the Dead by Daylight games, but I think my least favorite would have to be Dead by Daylight, just because it didn't speak to me. When I play a horror game, if I don't fight back, it has to grab me with a story. And that's
okay,
and that's one of the only ways I can stay interested in a game is if they grab me by the story.
Grab you by
And
something.
ooh, after the
oh my
podcast
god,
we'll do that, okay, hon?
keep it in your pants, ladies.
but
Anyways, oh, sorry, go ahead.
but yeah, it has to be like I said, it has to kind of grab me by a story, because other than that, I
Grab you
will
by
not.
the story.
Ooh, daddy. Otherwise, it won't keep me interested, and it'll just be another game on the shelf.
That's, to be honest, that is fair. Like, to be honest, it's kind of going away, but a lot of gamers nowadays only look at the graphics, not the story.
A lot, yeah,
Mm,
a lot.
yes
Well,
and no.
a lot of them are more complaining about the graphics if it's not like with the new Gotham Knights one. A lot of fans were upset if it's not 60, and if it's
Yeah.
and I'm all like, you guys need to be grateful for the graphics you have. I remember back in like PlayStation 1 days, where you see where you would look at Tomb Raider, and she'd have those triangle tiggle bitties.
Hey, you don't hate on those tig old bitties. We will
I,
fucking fight.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying when PlayStation 1 days and you had those triangle ones versus nowadays where you can almost see the areola and you're sitting.
You don't be
No,
talking shit about my tig old fucking pointy bitties.
You have
Not on
tiggle.
Tomb Raider.
If
I'll
you have
fucking
triangle
fight you.
tiggle bitties, you need to go to the doctor.
Hey, we don't hate on fucking triangle tig old bitties in video games. We don't hate on that. If you hate on that, you're a communist. You really are a communist.
But
Hate on them fucking triangle tig old bitties. Fuck your problem.
Can we just admit, I agree to just all Tiggle Beaties are magnificent in their own way. Can we just agree on that?
And before we get off here, I do want to correct Global on something. I don't know if it's quite literally the graphics you're referring to, but I know what you're referring to, and it's the frame rate. It's the frame per
Yeah,
second. That's not
yeah.
necessarily graphics.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just
Well, even
I've
even
like
that.
any new. Oh
Sorry,
god.
go on.
Oh my god. Any of like the newer games and stuff, if it doesn't look like it's fucking so smooth, even if there's like a little bit like one pixel missing, a whole bunch of freaking forums will be made. It's like, oh, this game has shitty graphics. It's like, but have you looked at the story? No, I didn't know there was a story. I just like the graphics. It's like, oh my god, and here is why we have a lot of bad gamers out there. I'm sorry, I have to say it, but a lot of bad gamers because they just look at the graphics. They don't care about the story or the work people put behind the game. They just care about the graphics and how good it looks.
I think a lot of people got too complacent over video games when it comes to getting the complete game out on time, whereas nowadays a bunch of like people in suits are like, we got to get this game out now, get as much money as we can. Well, sir, it's not done yet. I don't care, it's finished, get it out. And then when it comes out and it gets bombs, why the hell wasn't it finished yet, huh?
Yeah. Shogun, I would like to hear this, and then Global, I would like to hear your opinion,
Then
and then
we have to
Global,
sign
take
out.
us out. Yep.
So I'm actually gonna disagree with you guys because of the fact that yeah, I do see you guys' point with the graphics too, but you guys are all only just referring to the graphics, but yet look at what's going on now. Look at they are remaking Resident Evil 4. Like, why are we not getting as many new games with brand new stories when we're all just getting recycled stuff?
Because
I think you
Hollywood,
guys are kind of failing on that too. Like, I'm not saying that to say shit, and since I am, because yeah, a lot of people are only focused on the graphics right now too, or the story is not good. But at the same time, what good is a game if it's basically just being recycled?
because a lot of
That
because a
is
lot
Like,
of stuff in Hollywood is creativity is dead in a lot of Hollywood in the big times. A lot of indie games have a lot of good stories, but I'm more talking about the uh, major Hollywood, those AAA games, those big movies where everything's just being recycled, not getting a new idea. Creativity is dead. That is my opinion.
but that's what I'm saying though, is all we're getting is recycled stuff that we've already played, we've already beaten it. It was good in its prime, and all we're getting is recycled content.
Creativity
Pretty
is dead, and
much.
So
it's
I
more of a
can't
money
sit there and
bags.
say graphics because like I've seen the trailer for like the God of War, the new God of War.
Yeah,
And
But like
that
like okay, no, here's a perfect example. Look at Saints Row.
okay.
The graphics was good, but the story was not
That is,
wasn't that and in that sense in that game, yes, I agree with you guys that everybody looked at the graphics more, but at the same time, I feel like all they did was try to recycle the original Saints Row game and just turn around and sit there and say, oh, well, this was just a brand new game.
I think it's more when it comes to video games and stuff like that. I think it's more of a trial by uh, video game by video game type of thing.
Trial by fire in a
Yeah,
sense.
trial
Yeah, I
by
Yeah.
hear
fire with
you.
that kind of stuff. There are a lot of games out there where they just need it just needs to end. I'm sorry to say, you
yeah,
guys may hate me, but I think the Resident Evil series needs to end for a little while.
I don't
yeah.
disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Like I love the games, so I don't disagree with you. But there are some games too that they need to just stop.
Like the Saints Row games, those need to
The
because
Saints Row was good on 2, and that's where it should have just ended.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's money. It's a cash cow, and let's milk that cash cow out for everything until it's dry, and then we'll end it. Until it's no longer
Right,
a
but
beloved
now
game.
here's my question with Final Fantasy then.
Go
Okay.
on.
They redid 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
14, a lot of people hated that game because it was more of an MMO. And now
That's not
you
even.
got
16 coming out.
you've got 16 coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people are probably going to sit there and say that Final Fantasy needs to stop too.
I will
That
wait until 16 comes out to make my official judgment on if I think 16 needs to end for a while. But Final Fantasy 14 is not their first MMO.
No, I'm not saying it's their first. I'm just saying
Oh
that
yeah,
a lot of people did not like the fact that 14 was essentially an MMO.
yeah.
yeah. But I think when you're saying that, they're more of the veteran of when it was first came out, because if you I mean, we'll get into this when we do
we
that,
need to
but
wrap this up because we're already like 10
Yeah,
minutes
M-
over.
my-
we're already we're like 5 minutes past our.
let me
past
just
due.
say the last thing. They re-scrapped it and made it completely better to where millions and millions of people say, yeah, it's an MMO, but at the same time, it's got a great story that throws you for always loops. You can meet tons of different cool people and all this stuff. So I get what you're saying, but I
Yeah.
think when you were talking about those opinions, it's more of the older version, the 1.0, because that was complete shit. But I won't lie, there are a lot of people who still complain that it's an MMO subscription game. So,
Yeah.
and that's my final thing. All right, Global.
All right. This has been Everyday Nerds.